What's up guys, Star here, and today I'm going to be telling you my top 5 tips to leveling up quick in Dungeon Quest. As you can see, I'm quite a high level. In the last week and a half I've gone up about 25 levels, and at level 160 that's not easy to do. So here are my top 5 tips to get level up quickly. Right, so my first tip only applies to people really below level about 100, 110, and that is to do wave defense. So as you can see, no one here is doing wave defense, but if you do wave defense, basically what wave defense is, if I go into a samurai wave defense, if I just play it solo for the sake of the video, what it lets you do is it lets you sit in this lobby and endlessly just farm. So if you've got a friend who, say for this dungeon, maybe 120, level 120, they can just sit here and go like bosh, dead, wait for the other group to come to them, and 2, 1, bosh, dead, and they can just do that for the entire game. It's infinite amount of waves. They do slowly get harder. As they get harder, you do get more XP though. So, I mean, you can just sit doing these waves for forever and get a ton of XP, and it's just a really good way of getting XP. I mean, of course, it only works up to canals. Canals is the last dungeon that has it, but up to canals, I would say it's one of the best ways of getting XP quite quickly, because carries enjoy it as well, because they just get to sit there. I know I do. It's nice and easy. The next tip is about getting carried. So if you look, there'll be, if I go onto the higher level dungeons, something like maybe aquatic, if there is a dungeon talk starting when carry joins, the next one, Enchanted Forest. Oh no, that's probably people waiting for a carry. Northern Lands. Is that someone with a carry? Oh, it is. I might join that afterwards. Volcanic. Me carrying. In the high level dungeons, basically what I'm trying to get at, everything is carries. Everyone is just trying to get a carry, because that's how you get level up quick. In the higher dungeons, it's pretty much impossible to run by yourself, so everyone's relying on carries. But even if you're in dungeons like Ghastly Harbour, Canals, Underworld, Pirate, you can still get carries. Like, I do streams pretty much every night, where I just do carries for people, mostly because I'm trying to get the cosmetics, because my cosmetic luck is terrible, and I'm hoping helping people will give me some good karma. But yeah, getting carries is really helpful for just leveling up quickly, because if someone could do the dungeon in a minute 10 seconds instead of your 5 minutes, you'll get XP quicker. Something I'd like to point out, which I see a lot of people asking, is you do not get more XP or better luck for doing more damage. Damage is irrelevant. Okay, tip number 3. Number 3 on the list is boosting and VIP. And before you skip this one, because it's all pay to win, there are boosts here, and I think it cycles between XP, luck, speed, health. I think that's it. I think that's all the boosts you can get. But it cycles between all the different boosts depending on the luck. Yeah. So, luck, speed, HP, it doesn't go to revives. So that's the easiest way of getting it. There was an event that ended a couple days ago that let you get XP potions entirely for free. So if something like that comes back, which I'd be happy about, that's a good way of getting XP boosts, which is a really good way of leveling up. Of course, you can just buy XP boosts. You could ask your friends to buy them for you, but don't go around begging, because no one likes people who beg for XP boosts. Number 2 is do everything in larger groups. As you can see, in ones like this, you've got a ton of parties, all with different amounts of people, like 1, 2, 3 people. Whereas if you go up to the higher dungeons, as I said, there's just 1 or 2 parties, in this case 3, but one has 9 people, the rest have nothing, because everyone goes in bigger parties for the sake of friend boost. So what friend boost is up to 30%. Every friend you have in a lobby gives you a 3% friend boost. So if you have maximum amount of friends, you get an extra 30% XP on top of all the XP you've already gotten, which is really useful. It doesn't really matter so much in the earlier dungeons, just because you'll be adding like 10 people, and then in 4 runs you'll never see them again. But in the higher level dungeons, I've added people, and then randomly a week later they've shown up in my dungeon again. So it can be useful, because if people progress at the same rate as you, you can end up using them for quite a couple of dungeons, which means you get a lot of friend XP boost from it. But I would say that's one of the, if not the best way of getting bonus XP. But of course, everyone's waiting for my best tip for getting levels quickly inside of Dungeon Quest, and that is to grind. And I know it might sound cliche and boring, but the best way to get levels is to sit in a lobby and do 30, 40 runs, and eventually you will level up. It takes ages, especially on a higher level. If you've clicked onto this video at like level 160, because you're sat on Aquatic Temple, bored, unlucky, you got to sit on Aquatic Temple for a bit longer. But eventually you'll move out of Aquatic Temple into EF, and everything will be a bit nicer because it looks a bit better. But if you're sat on Pirate Island or something, it's not that bad. Pirate Island's not that bad. King's Castle's not that bad. Underworld's not that bad. And you'll get through it eventually if you keep persevering and keeping going with the game. Right, now I've said all that, I can say the last bit that I have to say for this video, which is if you enjoyed and you want more tips and stuff like this in the future, like and subscribe. Yeah, if you want to join the carries and stuff, like and subscribe. If you would like to enter giveaways which happen, join my Discord server, link in the description. And that's all I've got to say for this video. Yeah, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.